Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Can you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself, sir?
Thank you very much. My name is Eze Joseph Izuchukwu. Eze Joseph Izuchukwu.
Okay. And where are you from, sir?
I'm from Enugu State.
Enugu State?
Yes.
Okay, sir. What do you do, sir, for a living?
Yeah, I'm a businessman. As you can look, I am in my office.
Okay. What kind of business? Because from what we see, you deal into batteries, automobile batteries, sir?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Okay. For how long have you been doing this business, sir?
It's been a long time, over 15 good years.
15
good years, yes.
Wow. Okay, before over 15 years.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, can you share your experience with us during your days of? I'm sure you actually learned the business before you ventured into your own.
Yes.
Can you share some of your experience during your days of apprenticeship with us?
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know whether you have patience because it's a long something. In fact, I came to Lagos, that was the age of 16 good years.
Okay.
Then I started serving my master as an apprentice. And from there, I stayed with him over 8 years. 8 years and
wow.
Over 8 years.
Learning the trade.
Learning the trade. Then after that, he settled me after 8 years and 6 months.
Wow.
He settled me. And that was a long time. The time I'm talking about is around 1980. I came to Lagos, that was 1984.
Wow.
Then I was settled around that kind of 2001.
Okay.
No, was it 1991, not 2001.
Okay, yeah, 1991.
1991, not 2001.
Yeah.
So now, along the line, I have to start my own business. Then during the period of starting my own, it is very difficult. It is very difficult because what they used to settle people that time, if I call it for you, will be marveled. You will say, sometimes they will give you 5,000 naira. That
wow, 5,000.
5,000, 6,000. But I was given 8,000 naira then.
Wow.
So we thank God for everything. On my starting, that period, it was so difficult for me, very, very difficult for me. Because when you go to your office, you find out that money cannot buy even. I started with tire and tools.
Okay.
I started with tire and tool.
Wow.
And one carton of tool then is about 3,000.
Wow.
And imagine one carton of tube. Then if you lend shop, because I paid for shop. Out of that 8,000 naira, I paid for shop, half shop, even quarter shop. I was in Idumota.
Idumota, okay.
Yes, I paid quarter shop because it cannot pay for shop then. And they cannot even pay for half shop.
Half shop.
Because if you venture, say you want to pay for half
the whole
shop,
capital,
will go. Then I have to pay for quarter shop. We are about 4 being in that shop.
Wow.
So I have to start the business. I have to pay for the shop. I can only use that money and buy only 2 cartons of tube.
Wow.
And that 2 cartons of tube is not that I paid completely. That's little money that's still made.
Only because you can't really spend all.
Yes.
At least.
I start struggling. Sometimes in a day you can only eat 2 times in a day. Sometimes it can even be only one. For you to make sure you are moving forward. By little by little, by the special grace of God, we are coming up. At the end of 2 years, I think we thank God for what He has done then. Then we have to be able to at least say we are going to secure where we are going to put our head. Because then, for you to pay for a house, accommodation, it cannot, because it is very, very difficult.
Wow.
Then what we have to do is to go to sport with somebody. By the end of the day, after 2 years, I can be able to secure a room.
Wow.
One room.
So when you started, you were actually squatting with somebody and also going to your
so that
business.
you can move forward. So after that 2 years, I can be able to secure one room for myself. That's where I stay till 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Then after 4 years, then I begin to come up little by little, little by little. By the end of 6-7 years, now I say, God, I thank you. I can be able to buy at least 10 cartons of two.
Wow. The two you started with.
Can be able to buy 10 cartons of. You know how much is 10 cartons of two that time. Now from there I begin to move. Then from then to 10 years, after 10 years, now I can say yes. Let me see if I can get someone that will stay with me. Because he cannot do business alone.
Wow, it's true.
No black man business, he can't do it alone. Now I can be able to go and get a servant, just like I serve my master.
Yes.
Then the person came.
Okay.
Then we start on. That's where we begin to struggle. We begin to struggle. By the end of another 4 or 5 years, now we say, God, thank you. So, like I was saying, after 10 years, I get a servant, and we stay till 4 years more. Then I said, yes, I think God has done a lot of things in my life. Let me see if I can, get married. Then at the end of 14 years of my business, I was able to get married with my wife. Then from there immediately my wife came in. I think it was a good blessing unto me.
Wow.
We started importation.
Wow.
Then we have changed to battery, from tire to
battery. Okay.
We start importing battery. That's where we are now. It is battery that we are now into, and we are importing it. And by the grace of God, we thank God for what He has done in my life and the life of my family. This time, what I have to, the advice I have to give other people is, even if you are, even if you are master, or boy, or servant, you have to make sure that your hand is clean in everything you're doing. Because sometimes people may think that it is only when you tell lie or in a devious way that you make it. It's not. When you put your hands straight and know that whatever you're doing, you are doing it right, God will intervene. And I believe with God, everything is possible. In black man business, what I even understand now, that doing business alone as a black man is good, but is not the best. I believe even if you are importing, you have to, if you get money, what you have to go into is into factory and have a partner, because it is what can help you in future. If you have partners, the only why the black man doesn't have partners this time around, because we do not trust ourselves. We do not trust ourselves. That is why we are not having partners, because you will not believe or know whether I and you doing business will not trust me, and I will not trust you. But in an advanced country, when they start their business,
That's the only thing for partnership.
Yes, they have partnership, and when they start it with truth and doing something that people will see that it is in unity, you will move forward. The greatness will be yours, because it is only way that you prosper more than only say you are having your business alone.
Your own.
And another good thing there is that even if you are getting old, with that partnership, the people that are into it will also include other people. They will partner, even if you are not that kind of strong enough.
That people
the
after
people
you
will take over. They will take over.
That's
why the continuity. That's what I learn and what I see in our Igbo land. But in Africa, black man business is not like that. So my encouragement to other people is that if they have money, let them go into factories, partnership, and make sure that other people was employed, so that we can make sure that people earn their living. It will help a lot than staying alone. Say you are doing your business alone. I believe it will go well. People can learn this. It will move us forward.
Okay.
We will be happy, and other people will also be happy with us.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Like this partnership you talked about now, how can black people, how can they partner easily? What makes you think, in your own opinion, how can we partner with one another in order to have a smooth, long-lasting business relationship with each other?
Well, like I said, somebody to trust each other is number one thing. That you trust yourself and the other one trust himself, and you people agree on one thing, that this is how this thing will be, and you people will stamp it, and it will be like that. The trust will not be broken. If you can learn that, it will help us, not the other way around. If I am saying A, you are saying B, it is different thing, and they cannot work together. Because what do together and agree together and move forward, it will work more than that. When you are dancing the other side, I'm dancing the other side, it will not work. So if we want to be partnership, first of all, you must tell yourself truth. Then I will tell myself truth. Now whatever we are doing it right, not the other one cheating each other. So that is what will help us, and I believe if we can do that, it will help us to move forward. And another thing there is that even if we are having agreement, it is right to have agreement, put it down with information and in writing and everything.
Okay.
But even with that agreement, first of all, you have to trust each other. That's number one thing before the agreement. So that is what will move us forward. And I believe black man, if we can learn this, it will help us to move forward.
Okay, you started your business with tubes and tires, and now you're into automobile batteries. How were you, or let me say, okay, why did you switch from the tubes to battery, and how did you make that possible?
Okay, thank you very much. It's a good question. You know, when I was into tube and tire, I was making it, but somebody called me and introduced me to battery. Then I said, let me try it. Then when I moved into the battery line, I found out it's more better than the tube and tires line.
Is it in terms of profit or?
In terms of profit.
Okay.
In terms of profit.
Wow.
That is why I say, okay, let me try more. But I have to enter it. That gives you the morale to pack up from the tube and tire business and enter into battery full.
Wow.
So that is it.
Okay. Now, as a businessman with vast experience, I'm sure it has not been all that rosy and smooth. So, along the line, you must have come across some challenges.
Oh, of course.
So, can you share some of your challenges you've encountered in the past or currently encountering as a businessman?
Yeah, like I said earlier, you see, somebody to trust is other, and why the other person you feel you trust may betray your trust. When we import battery and we give to your customer to sell and return money back to you, sometimes when it, in fact, that is the difficult thing we pass through, and even it is still remain like that now. But they have to be careful. Now we take precaution because we have seen the experience from the onset. give all the experience to, know what we will do now. That difficult thing, when you give your customer batteries goods to sell, when they sell finish, to collect that money from them will be very, very hard. Sometimes you will not even see the person again. The person will take the money.
Wow.
He will not go to his shop or his office. He will find out nothing is even there. Sometimes they will take that money and go and buy motor. Some buy motor with that money. Some even build house. Some buy land. I was a kind of, how can you carry goods and give to somebody, and when the person sold the whole goods finish, he will use it either buying motor or buying land. What does that mean? So we encounter that problem many occasions before we take precaution. We know how to deal with the customer this time around. Okay, so what kind of precaution are you taking? Yes. What I mean is this: if you want to give customers goods on credit, on debit, what you have to do is to monitor the person with his capacity and the return of the money, whether he will return in time or not. And how do you monitor it? You first of all give the person the debit of small amount, and when the person return it in time, you will begin to increase it to the level of the person. That's where you will know that the person is capable, not to come and carry goods, or the person will present himself as he is capable to do this without you monitoring him, without you know the capacity of the person. So that is the precaution, and that is why we know how to deal with some people we give debit this time around.
Okay. Do you have any other challenge you face or encounter as a businessman?
Yes, it's many. When you talk of, encounter a lot of many challenges. When you talk of that, I want to tell you, these dollars that's going up and down. Sometimes you find a dollar go to, right now as I'm talking to you, dollar was 480 something last 2 weeks. But as I'm talking to you now, dollar came down to 440.
Wow.
You see that somebody that buy dollar for 80 naira and they come down to 440.
Wow,
the goods import with 480 naira, and the goods somebody import with 440 naira per dollar. Yes. Yeah. You find out that when your own come in, you cannot be able to sell the one you import with 480 naira. Those ones is a very big loss. Wow. When you times plus and minus, you find that you will lose some money from the one you import with that 480. So that's the most challenges we're having in this dollar issue. So that is some of the challenges again we are encountering.
Okay. So situations like this, how can we deal with this kind of situation of exchange rates not being stable? In your own opinion, what, especially the government, what can they do to help business people like you?
Thank you very much. You see, we have been saying that if government should help the businessman, want to help the businessman, let them stabilize the dollar rate. Not, somebody will buy this tomorrow and today the dollar will come down. It's affecting. It will affect us a lot. If that dollar should be stable with one price, honestly, it will help us a lot.
It will control the prices.
Yes, it will control the price of goods. So this is what I think that government should do for us, and it will help us.
Okay. All right. I'm sure business has really helped you in so many ways. Can you tell us how business has helped you, and probably you and your family?
Okay, thank you. Like I said, when we started the business, it was small, slowly. But this time around, like I told you, God have done a lot of things in our life, even in the life of my family. For to the extent, right now, I can be able to boast of where I'm living. I'm the owner.
Wow.
Even in the village, I boast of what I do there is my own building too. Wow. So the business have helped me a lot to the extent that every day I have to thank God. It's not by my own power, but because God is with us. That is why I've been saying that anything you're doing, make sure your hand is clean. Don't rush everything you're doing because maybe you want to get it quick,
fast.
then you will enter into problem. Because many of us that started that time, I can tell you now there are some of us that go back to village. Some of us want to get it. Whether it is good or bad, I want to get it. Before you know it, the person will bounce back to the square one. So this is what I feel you will encourage yourself or you will caution yourself so that you will not run into that kind of trouble or that situation. Thank you.
Okay, in your own opinion, which ethnic group or which tribe owns the largest business in your country?
Yeah, it's like you're not in Nigeria. If you talk of the group or the ethnic, it's Igbo people are on the business, the largest business, and they cannot. There's no any tribe that you use and compare to Igbo. Igbo is the one that owns this business front and back, in and out.
Why did you say so?
Why I say so that anywhere you go in this country, Nigeria, you will see Igbo man with their own business, and when he started with a little, he will grow to the extent you will not even imagine. So that is why I say they are the ones that own this business.
It's true. Okay, now for a young black person that wants to venture into your kind of business, because I'm sure most of our viewers are encouraged from your experience. Now, what advice will you give such person that wants to start up your kind of business?
Okay, fine. The kind of business I'm doing now, if somebody said they want to start it, the advice I will give the person is this. First of all, I will ask them, look at how much that you can use to start off this kind of business. If you don't have this kind of capital to start with, you can go to another business that you feel you use the little money you have and start. Because the business I'm into, I know it is a very big, it's capital intensive. It is very big money. So if you want to start with it, at least you will first of all check yourself, check how much you're having before you start with business. But if you don't have up to what you can use to start up, there is other business that you can enter and it will still help. Like I said earlier, when I started with the battery business, tire and tube, my money is not up to buying tire there. I started with tube. When I started with tube, the money little by little before I start buying tire. Then tire and tube is what I use to start my own business. By the time I try battery, I found out it's more better for me. Then I have to switch from to battery. The same way I'm giving advice to someone that say he want to start this type of business I'm doing. Look at what it will take for you to start off. For little you can use to start. If you are not up to, if you don't have up to this amount, please, there is no need to say you are going to start it, because he cannot forward with that kind of stuff.
Okay, when you moved from the tire, the tube and tire into the battery, did you undergo any kind of training before you started with the battery?
Yes, of course. This is why I entered in. The person that introduced me to the battery, though battery and tire is just a little similar because it is size. Okay. When you come to battery, you see that you have 62 amps, that is the size of the battery. Okay. You have 75, you have 150, you have 100 amps. The same way, it's just like that tire. Okay. When you come to tire, you have size 14 rim, you have 16 rim, just sizes and sizes. Okay.
That makes it
so
different.
It is not so difficult for you to get into a battery because it is size by size. That is why, although you have to learn it, but it will not be a very difficult thing for you because what you have been selling before is just like size. Okay. That is why it is not too difficult for me to enter into.
Okay, do you have any last message for black people all over the world? Any experience you'd like to share with us or any advice you'd like to give us?
Yeah, like I said, black people in fact, most especially this Nigeria, what we are seeing now is a kind of, I don't know how I was going to, we don't love ourselves. We see ourselves as an enemy. Like I said earlier, you won't trust me and I won't trust you because of that. If you want to do business, you'll be fearing me and I will be fearing you. So my advice is this: if you can remove that thing that will make us to fear each other, or not to remove it out of our life, I think things will go better. Things will move better. Like one, I'm saying, you will give somebody money to return it back to you. At the time of returning back money to you, it becomes a problem. You will begin to, the person you just help somebody. Take this money, do it, use it and do that, and return this money. To collect that money back from the person is a very problem. You begin find it very difficult to get that money back from the person. Other places, I believe, without trust, they will move forward. But in this, our black man things, I don't know why. If you can tell ourselves truth, we will move forward. Thank you.
Okay, sir, we want to appreciate you for your time and experience that you're sharing with us on the Black Speaks platform. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much, even for you to come to me and ask me some little questions. I think I'm happy. I'm appreciative of your coming. Like I said, you people are trying.
Thank you, sir.
Black Speaks, you people are trying. Continue, if you can continue to also let others share their own view. You can also, we can also benefit other people will hear and whether they will change from the wrong doing to the good. So I thank you people very much, and also your time you create.
Thank you, sir.
Other people to have a view from them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you very much.